Greetings, my name is Aaron Brooks, and I'd like to introduce you to the Student Planning module here at East Mississippi Community College. We are a current customer of Ellucian, who provides our student information system, which is Colleague, and they are efforting a self-service module that includes a number of things, and student planning happens to be one of those extensible modules. So when a student logs on to the student portal, here's the page that they're fronted with, and there are plenty of links and options that they're able to take advantage of. And one of those options happens to be student planning. Student planning is basically its own website, and we're allowed to manage the CSS coding, so we could actually change the colors, change some of the wording. We could add a few comments if we needed to, throw your logo up there. So there's some customizing the opportunities that are available to us. Here on the home page for a student, they're able to see the current program that they're in, as well as their current GPA and the progress that they've made towards the requirements of fulfilling the program. Below is a weekly grid for their current term. Of course, I'm not in any classes at this particular time, so I have no classes showing here, but I'll show you what that looks like. Box 1 basically shows a student their present state, where they are right now, the progress they've made, and what's left to make. Box 2 basically gives them opportunity to plan their future. So they can take the present and then plan out into the future. So let's start with View My Progress. And under the View My Progress, once again, they're able to see the liberal arts. Here they're able to see their cumulative GPA. This GPA would include all transfer work. The institution GPA would only include credits obtained here at East Mississippi Community College. It'll also show the current catalog that they fall under, and those are the rules that will apply in the background. And once again, they can see the progress, total credits, institution credits, so the transfer work would appear in the second bar, and then you can see the number of credits that have been planned. So right now I have 13 credits that I've planned to take out in the future. Below, moving too fast here, below are the requirements for this liberal arts program. Okay, so in order to receive an Associate of Arts, I have to fulfill each of the requirements that are listed below. And you'll notice that as I complete the requirements, it checks them off the list. So in our rules, we explicitly require English Comp 1 and English Comp 2. Whereas in our math requirement, you'll notice they can take Math 1313 or higher. So you can have college algebra, or you can do trigonometry or some form of calculus or whatnot, and that'll fulfill this particular math requirement. And of course, there are details to give you some of the options. For instance, it has to be a level 100 or 200, meaning that developmental math is not going to count towards obtaining your degree, and which you see excluded here in the list. So as you plan for classes out in the future, you'll notice the yellow check mark, but it's not green yet because it hasn't been fulfilled. And it also shows you the term that I'm planning to fulfill this requirement. Okay, so we'll just move on right along, and you'll notice other courses that I've planned out, other requirements that have to be fulfilled, and of course you can see the ones that are explicit and then the ones that are implicit. For instance, the lab science requirement is rather vague, and I think that's an issue that we're going to have to clean up. But just take 2 lab sciences with these subjects, and of course it gives you a little detail that you just choose from the Department of Science and go with that. So let's see what it looks like in planning out a course. So for humanities, I need to take 6 hours of either history or English or English Lit or humanities or foreign language, whatnot. So let's do a search, and I'm into some history. But the thing is, I want to find something that's available for second intensive this semester, because I know that's open right now. And there's a Western Civ. Let's see. There's nothing available now. No Western Civ 2. This is not looking too good. So that means I may need to step back and let's see if there's an English Lit. There isn't. Oh. So, what I'll have to do is I'll go back and I'll plan for a math. I know there's a math available. So we'll search. Right now I've planned to take my math in summer, but I think I'm going to move that up because I want to get it over with. So let's look for, we want Spring Intensive 2. There we are. And here's a college algebra that's available. So there, we want to say Spring Intensive 2. And you'll also notice that it does prerequisite and co-requisite checking as well. So that allows a student to know right away if they're eligible for this course or not. So we're going to add that to my plan. And you'll notice up here that it says, hey, you've already done this. You've added this to your plan. So I can go and remove it from the summer and go ahead and apply it to my second intensive. So right now it's just on the plan. But if we go to plan and schedule, we'll see, okay, I have nothing for the full term. But if I click on timeline, you'll see that I have a couple of things here planned for Spring Intensive 2. Now there's the one for the summer. I'm deciding I'm not going to do that in the summer. But I may take something else in the summer. So rather than get rid of the whole term, I'll get rid of the class. All right. And art appreciation I have in the spring. But if you click on it, you'll notice there aren't any sections available. So I won't be taking that second intensive. But there should be some sections available for math. So we'll click on that and look at there. There's some sections available. And you'll notice that they're all after 6 p.m. Man, that's going to make it tough. But I'm going to fit it in my schedule. So this section is full. No seats available. And you'll notice that there with the exclamation point. So I have these options to choose from. And over here, it gives a little blurb of how many seats available, who the instructor is, the time. And I'll notice here, this one's at Naval Air Station Meridian. I'm not driving that far. So really my only option is here. All right. So here I am. I'm ready to add this booger to my schedule. And this is the actual section. We added the course to the plan. Now this is actually adding the section to my schedule. So I'm fine with that. I'm going to add it to the schedule. And what you'll notice is over here in the right corner that the Register Now button, because the registration period for second intensive is open, I can now register for that particular class. But I won't click the registration button because it causes bills and all kinds of stuff in the background. So we'll leave that there. But once again, on the timeline, now that I have Spring Intensive 2 taken care of, I could come over here and work with my summer, add some courses. You'll see for fall I've got some courses, and I could just add terms as I please, all the way out and finish my whole career out with a plan. Once again, this is all in pencil because I haven't actually registered. So if I decide that, you know what, Spring Intensive 2 is going to be it, and I'm calling it quits, then I could just remove all of those courses, and that erases what I've planned out. The course catalog basically shows every subject area that we provide in the print catalog and all of the courses that fall under that area. And so if we do accounting, we're able to see all of the accounting courses that we offer at East Mississippi Community College. And then you could add them to the plan if you so desire. And that, my friend, is student planning in a nutshell.